We told you advocacy begins with raising your voice. Well, one way to raise the volume of your voice is through the media. Mark Klass is an advocate for child safety. His 12-year-old daughter Polly was abducted from their home in 1993. During the search, a reporter told him,
I can get more publicity for your missing child with 10 seconds on the evening news than you'll be able to generate in 100 years hanging flyers on telephone poles. And that was an epiphany for me.
The search for Polly Klass became world famous, in part because Polly's missing flyer was the first ever posted on the internet. Polly's case ended tragically, but Mark became an advocate for children like Polly all across the country, promoting tougher sentencing laws for repeat criminals and teaching child safety. He says today's communication technology connects people with shared concerns.
Social media has provided an amazing way to be able to seek out those communities and then share information, take advantage of information.
And those social media communities can provide not only information, but real-life partnerships and connections.
But you put it up online, it spreads like wildfire.
Emily Morales Verona is an advocate for people in public housing, elected to represent them on the Housing Authority's commission.
I live in the Mills development in the downtown of Meriden, and we got a really bad stereotype. I'm trying to make it more of a community.
So Emily uses social media to promote community events and organize meetings with residents and with the Housing Authority.
Most people see it as like an enemy that's not going to help me. When in reality, there's a lot of services and things that the residents could take part of and actually excel and become self-sufficient.
Social media can also help get the attention of traditional media like television or radio, or start a dialogue with politicians and other major stakeholders.
You will see that there's a lot of outcry about this, and you hadn't anticipated getting involved in that issue, and suddenly, oh, I've got a lot of people that are interested in this. This is now on my plate.
Keep in mind, what you put out on the internet will reflect not only on you, but on your cause.
So if you're going to win people to your cause with snark and snotty behavior, then that's the kind of people you're going to draw in. That's not necessarily the cohort you want to work with.
Instead, try winning people to your cause with honesty and civility.
Never put anything up there that you don't know to be true, and never put anything up there in a tone you wouldn't use to the person or entity's face.
Some folks don't trust the internet because people online can be anonymous or create a fake identity. But traditional media provides another way for an advocate to stand up and be counted, the tried and true letter to the editor.
It does not have to be a Pulitzer Prize-winning work of writing. It has to be honest, factual, and you have to sign your name to it.
Because they want to make sure, that's one, you cannot hide behind a false persona.
The media is a fantastic tool, but it's only a tool, and face-to-face contact is important.
Hi, is your mom home?
That's why Emily goes door to door every day, handing out flyers, checking in with her neighbors, and keeping track of her contacts. So what else does an advocate need?
A lot of persistence, a dedicated pair of shoes that are very comfortable to do a lot of that walking.
We've come a long way since the old State House was built and this statue of justice stood on its dome. Back then, slavery was still legal in Connecticut, women didn't have the right to vote, and many other rights of citizenship were not yet fully realized. But those things changed because people, often average citizens, stood up and changed them. So when people say, you can't fight City Hall, or that things will never change, don't believe them.
Probably one of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking their voice doesn't count.
Advocating, I used to think of it as being the loudest mouth in the room, but nowadays I think of it as being the most intellectual. Advocating is knowing who are you going to serve, what do they need.
Pursue the truth. The truth will never let you down.
Learn what's really going on behind the headlines.
Keep it local and keep it tangible.
You have a right. Everyone has a right to petition their government. It is a huge part of your constitutional rights.
So much of the time we devalue ourselves and we devalue our own worth without realizing that we have a voice and we also have a gift.
People who are thinking about getting civically engaged or trying to affect social change, stop thinking and start doing it. We need you.
Whether you want to see a crosswalk added to your neighborhood or a right added to the Constitution, stand up, speak out, take action. We've provided some ideas to get you started. You'll find many more resources for advocates on our website. So step right up. It's your right and part of the promise of our nation and our state. For CTN, the Connecticut Network, I'm Diane Smith.